You have an out of sync child. By that, I mean, does your child's energy and tiredness levels have little to do with sunrise, sunset, midday, or midnight? In this video, I'll explain how their body clock, called the circadian rhythm, may be out of sync and what you can do to reset it. Point one, circadian rhythm equals body clock. The circadian rhythm is our 24-hour clock. It's what helps us wake up in the morning and get sleepy at night. For most people, it runs in sync with the sun. Morning light tells our bodies, wake up, and gets things in motion to support relaxation later in the evening. For autistic kids, this clock often runs on a different schedule or doesn't keep steady time. It's like your child is living in a different time zone than the rest of the family, or is on a 26-hour clock. While you're ready for bed at 9 p.m., their brain thinks it's only 5 p.m. What you can do, help reset their body clock with morning sunlight, the strongest factor in resetting their circadian rhythm. In theory, just 10 minutes of morning light repeated for a few days resets the body clock. Sunlight, as long as you don't look directly into the sun, is the best way to anchor your child's body clock. But often it isn't possible to get outside in the morning, or in the northern hemisphere, the sun isn't up early enough in the winter to get the needed exposure. While not as good, the next best thing is to expose your child to a brightly lit room at the same time every day. Earlier, I said, in theory, just 10 minutes for a few days. But if your child's clock is way off, it will take more than 10 minutes a day and a few weeks instead of a few days to reset their clock. This is especially true if you aren't able to get them outside and exposed to natural sunlight, or the waking time isn't 100% consistent. Point two, circadian rhythm and melatonin. As mentioned, the best method of resetting our body clocks is the morning light. It not only tells the brain that this is sunrise, it also triggers the processes that support maximum melatonin production. So there will be a buildup of melatonin in about 14-ish hours. Melatonin signals to the body that it's night and it's time to relax, which begins another series of events to help us sleep. Picture the insides of an old-timey watch with all the gears that are perfectly coordinated. But what if there are some things that can easily mess up these gears completely? Bright light, and specifically of the blue light spectrum, is the archenemy of melatonin. Blue light is like the midday sunlight and the light from screens, and is an energizing light. Bright light for as short as 4 seconds can dramatically reduce melatonin. Since many people who are on the spectrum already are naturally low in melatonin, screens or bright lights in the evening is especially upsetting to their circadian rhythm. What you can do, support melatonin by making your home feel nightish earlier by not using overhead lights or bright lights in the evening. And of course, reducing screen time for at least an hour before bed, preferably even more than an hour if you can do it. What are some of the non-screen activities your child can do in the evening? Comment below and share with others. Our lives are so screen-based. It can be hard to think of things to do that don't have us in front of a screen. Point three, consistent mornings. To support your child's circadian rhythm, you must be consistent. If your child's body clock is reset to 7 a.m. on weekdays and 10 a.m. on weekends, then none of those watch gears will work as they're supposed to. You can allow yourself a bit of flexibility. I've heard a maximum of 30 to 60 minutes. But be aware, any inconsistency will slow down the resetting. And if you already have a child who is out of sync, weigh the pros and cons of being inconsistent. It all comes down to the demands of your life. You can provide additional support for your child by teaching them ways to calm themselves. Check below for my free guide on relaxation and sleep. What you can do: decide on the one best time for your child to wake up every single day, then stick with it. Commit to it for a long enough time for your child's body to adjust. Note: people on the spectrum often require additional time for this physical change. If you miss a day or a few days, just start over. Consistency over time wins. Commit to this practice, and both your mornings and evenings should improve. So you now have a plan that will anchor your child's energy and tiredness levels to be more in alignment with your daily routine. Hooray! But that doesn't mean that they will always behave in a logical way when they first wake up or when they get tired in the evening. That task falls to another part of the brain that needs our support to organize things and to not get distracted. In this next video, you'll learn to work with the planning center of your child's brain.